When someone shares a story of pain, our immediate reflex is to reach for a solution, trying to piece their experience back together before they've even finished describing the break. This reaction stems from a specific kind of training. We are often taught that silence is awkward, that emotions are problems, and that the primary goal of any interaction is to make the discomfort go away. That training creates a narrow metric for success, the belief that if you cannot provide a fix, you have failed the person in front of you. But there is another way to be present. Ethical witnessing is a learned skill that prioritizes honoring a reality rather than resolving it. To master this, you have to intentionally set aside the habit of diagnosing and suggesting before the conversation even begins. When a situation is truly unfixable, shifting from a goal of solving to a goal of solidarity is the only ethical way to remain in the room. The first step in this framework is testimony. This is the act of listening to a story exactly as it is told, without trying to edit the details or rush the speaker to a conclusion. In practice, this looks like choosing different words. Instead of an analytical response like, "Well, maybe they meant X," a witness says, "Tell me more about what happened." By removing those small interruptions, you let the story stand on its own. The speaker no longer feels the need to defend the validity of their own emotions. Once the story is heard, you move to step 2, resonance. This is the act of acknowledgement that what they have shared is real and that it matters. You don't need to be profound. Phrases like, "I see you," or "That sounds incredibly heavy," provide the validation the speaker is looking for. This is also where you must resist the urge to look for silver linings. Avoid any language that tries to find a false reason for their pain or searches for a positive spin. These initial actions build a foundation of trust. They signal to the speaker that their reality is being honored, not managed. Step 3 is relationship. This requires you to step out of the expert role and move toward a different partnership. Rather than looking from a distance to evaluate, you position yourself beside them, reflecting their experience back with clarity. During the conversation, check your own internal state. Ask yourself, am I offering my presence right now, or am I just waiting for an opening to give advice? Choosing to sit in the discomfort of shared silence, rather than retreating into the safety of advice, is what defines a witness. Witnessing extends beyond the initial conversation through step 4, memory. This is the active process of retaining the specific details the speaker shared. When you remember the specifics, you shield the suggestion of having to repeat their pain the next time you speak. A simple check-in that references a past detail, like asking how a specific appointment went, shows that their story stayed with you. And this leads to step 5, continuity. This is the understanding that witnessing is a continuous commitment, not a one-time event. You can make this practical by setting a reminder to follow up within 48 hours. That follow-up demonstrates that their experience didn't disappear the moment they left the room. It creates a sense of long-term safety. By integrating memory and continuity, you transform a single moment of listening into a durable support structure. Testimony, resonance, relationship, memory, continuity. By following these steps, you have successfully held space for another person. You haven't solved the problem, but the act of remaining present often provides more value than a list of suggestions. Silence in these moments isn't a failure to communicate. It is actually a necessary part of the process. Because some stories cannot be fixed, the decision to be a witness is a choice to stand in solidarity with someone's truth, exactly as it is.